All right, everybody. I am currently heading to my appointment. It's a little warm. Got the AC going a little bit in the car, so you might hear a little bit of background noise. I gotta apologize for that. But I wanted to talk today about the incident in Tacoma, Washington, where a member of Antifa had attacked an immigration detention center with firebombs and incendiary devices whilst wearing a firearm. Now, in Washington State, it is legal to open carry a firearm. Point right there. All right. So I have no problems with somebody open carrying, brandishing a firearm. However, if you're brandishing a firearm while in the commission of an active crime, that is illegal. I don't want to name the individual for the simple fact is that, in my eyes, he is a terrorist. He used violence to try and influence politics and society in and of itself through use of the violence. So I'm not on board with terroristic violence being a political contributor. And like I said, I don't want to name this individual. But this is something that I've been talking about at least over the past couple of videos, especially with the Andy No assault videos that I had been doing, and basically where the escalations are going to be going to next. And we're already seeing it. This is the level. This is where the culture war starts. And it's up to reasonable people to say, all right, enough of this shit. I mean, I don't know if he realized the kind of danger he was putting even detained immigrants, or migrants, sorry. I don't like using the term immigrants on them as well, because they're not trying to immigrate into the country. They're trying to migrate into the country. And it's more along the lines of economic migrancy. But I do want to make it a point to say that, we have to, the sane people have to stand up and say this is enough. Because it only gets worse from here. The rhetoric that was espoused by Sean King and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was, in essence, a call to violence. Calling these detention camps, which they're detainee camps. I was a guard in Iraq at a detainee camp, and I'll tell you what, the conditions weren't great. It was prison. All right. Already, it's not supposed to be a very comfortable place for you to be. In comparison to what these people's lives may have been, living out on the streets, trying to find water in the desert, or even in some really crappier countries. It could have been that that the detention camps might have been a lot better than what they were living in. But that's besides the point. The point is that it's designed to look like a jail because you are in trouble. You broke the law, and it's not supposed to be a comfortable place where you said, you know what, I wouldn't mind spending another, 5-10 years in here. We're supposed to be able to give you food, water, and basic living essentials, soap, some moderate recreation and entertainment to keep the mind spry and whatnot. But they're not required to give you everything in the moon, all right? Nobody goes to detainee camp to get candy bars. But that's one of the problems that I'm having with this, is that these celebrities, these social commentators, these political activists, they seem to be asking for more, and then mainstream media is barely even covering this. Because are they trying to wait for these people to try and delete the tweets, delete the calls for saying we need to stop these by any means necessary? This has to stop now. That rhetoric got somebody killed. I was saying it over a past couple of videos. that this angry rhetoric, this insanity, is going to get someone killed. And what happened? A 69-year-old anti-fascist, anarcho-communist activist loaded himself up with incendiary devices and a rifle, and purposely a ghosted weapon. Now, I'm all, it's like, hey, if you can make your own firearm, go ahead. It's a free country, but be able to, you have to claim that you're able to make it. That you can't just be creating ghost weapons. But he went out there with a ghosted weapon with the intent of committing a crime, and in the act was killed by Tacoma police. And with those incendiary devices, he was trying to firebomb cars and set off the propane tank that was right there near the detention center. Now, I don't know how genius this guy was, considering if he had set off the propane tank, the explosion alone probably would have destroyed the building. And I'm fairly certain, I'm aware of the size of these propane tanks. It's not like just some small little 5-gallon thing. These are probably 1,000-gallon propane tanks. Very volatile stuff. And if you hit it with a round, get it to leak, you throw an incendiary device in there, it will explode. And he could have killed a lot of innocent people inside of the building. This has to end. This has to end. And if there's any more calls to this kind of violence and whatnot, it should be completely shunned and shut down. Or put under a magnifying glass. Look, there's actual violence being called for here. What are we going to do about it? What are we prepared to do about it? I'm not saying, if somebody's just being, I feel bad for the man that this happened to. There's your free speech. Oh, there needs to be more acts like this. That's an incitement. That is not free speech. That is incitement. That is a call for violence. And that is not legal. That's not legally protected. But there has to be a crackdown. There has to be. I hope the president recognizes Antifa as a terrorist organization, because it needs to happen. Because it's only going to get worse if it's allowed to continue like this. It's only going to get worse. I absolutely condemn the statements made by Sean King. I don't understand how that man is still has a job being able to promote media, because that is what he did was a direct call to violence, and it should not be tolerated. But I only had a couple minutes on this one. I actually have about 10 minutes before my appointment, and I got to get this submitted so that I can get it out to the rest of you guys. So if you have any comments towards this, drop a comment in the comment box. And I look forward to talking to you guys again. Thank you.